gentlemen, welcome back. I hope y'all can hear me because I am not sure right now. Are we able to hear now? Yes. Okay. Welcome back to Fourth Wall Break. My name is Willie McMath. If you are watching right now on YouTube, we are trying out some new things this episode. I hope that you stay tuned because we actually aren't going to break this episode if you're watching on YouTube. So we have a little extra special content for you. Hope you're there for that. But if you are listening in on campus or on the radio, this is going to be a really nice episode. With me joined tonight are my co-hosts, starting with
Janelle Michelle.
Hi, my name is Yade.
And our special guest host. Give a big drum roll to.
Hey, it's Riley.
Woo!
Clap it up.
Yeah.
Wow. What a
Wow.
superstar guest.
So excited.
So if you don't know, Riley is typically our TriCaster for the show. That's the person that does all of our camera work. We really appreciate that person. Tonight we have Jamia. She's a regular on the show. Love you, Jamia.
Boop, boop, boop.
Incredible.
Shout out.
Incredible. But this is a show that Riley and me are both really into. We're talking about Survivor 50. Like the penultimate season that like broke reality TV to what it is today.
Yeah.
Survivor is like iconic.
It's a
Very
landmark show in like the genre of reality.
Yeah, you really don't know reality if you don't know Survivor.
Quite actually. You
It's
don't
like
know
the
any
real
TV.
world and then Survivor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I don't think you know any TV if you don't know Survivor and
Clock
the real
it.
world, because the amount of things that like are Survivor inspired, crazy.
It's crazy.
Kind of crazy campers. It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of crazy, campers, but I'm
Known
excited.
parodies of Survivor. That's how popular it is.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Do you guys know any parodies of Survivor? Because personally, I've never watched a single one. Not a fan of any.
Can't think of any off the top
Can't
of
think
my
of
head.
anything. Nothing off the
I
top of
don't
my
know.
head. But just so you all know, my name is actually Duncan.
My name is actually Gwen. And we're about to have some like total drama on this island. I don't know, guys.
I don't know.
It's possible.
It's
That's just me.
possible.
It's probable.
I have been told my name is Cody.
You
Wow.
You know, for those who can see us on YouTube, if you think Will looks like a Cody, please type into that chat
Please
because
type
I
into
know
the
there's
chat.
at least one of you that thinks so.
Oh yeah.
See, okay, and I get Cody's appeal for Gwen. Just hear me out, though. Sierra. Like,
Yeah.
IRL, maybe in this show, Cody's not for Sierra, but IRL,
Yeah.
I want a Sierra. I'm just saying.
What are speaking of
Interesting.
Cody and Sierra, like as experts, do you guys like if you were to like say what was like the Cody of your favorite Survivor season?
Ooh.
The Cody. Okay, that's a... Okay, great answer. The answer is actually on our season. It comes down between two rivals this season.
Oh.
Christian Hubecki
Yeah, probably.
and his enemy Mike White, the writer and producer of White Lotus.
Oh my gosh, I know you're not
Mike
talking about my
White.
icon,
Mike
Mike
White.
White.
He's
My
a little
icon.
He's the weasel.
The weasel.
Actually, they're both kind of weasel, but like
Oh my god.
Why are they
Are they
weasels?
evil?
it's mental strategic strength versus social strategic strength.
Ooh, the boots.
So
It's like plotting versus relationships in that way. Christian is very much like a schemer and a plotter about how the votes will distribute. Mike is just solid in his social relationships.
Interesting.
That's epic.
interesting. And
but hey,
which one do you think is winning right
Well,
now?
we know
right
who
now we know
won.
which one isn't.
Mike got
Okay.
eliminated last episode. So
Oh well.
So here's the thing. If you've never seen Survivor before, you probably don't know what we're talking about. Hopefully you've seen Total Drama. That gives you a better idea. But this is reality TV. This is a bunch of 18 castaways are stranded on a deserted island, and they have to rebuild society every season. Okay? And
Castaways.
during it, they're playing challenges to get food and items and supplies for their camp, and they're also voting each other off every time they lose a challenge. So it's a big game of social strategic chess. That's why the logo you see on there, it's outwit, outplay, outlast. Can you outlast them all to make 39 days? Right now it's 26, but that's because the budget era. Who said that? And then what else? Can you outplay them? Can you win all the challenges and secure yourself individual immunity so that you can't be taken out? Or can you outwit them and outsmart everyone and take people out like they're pieces of chess?
Ooh, checkmate, girl. Let them know. That's how you win the game. Checkmate.
And like, it's a very successful show. It has 50 seasons. Survivor US was the first one. They shot that in Borneo all the way back. I think it was like 1999.
They shot it in 99, I
Yeah,
think.
but
and
it
then
aired
it
in
aired
2000.
in 2000.
And there are Survivors like shows for a bunch of different countries. Brazil had one at one point. I think they still do. Australia has one. U.S. obviously has the big one, but that's more North America because now they accept Canadians.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
But it's a fantastic show. It's a personal favorite of mine. And I cannot wait to talk more about this. And we will. But first, we're going to listen to a little bit of music. Hi. Sorry, we are working out some technical stuff right now. This is a first for the show, working through little song breaks to give y'all some YouTube people a little extra content. And for that reason, thank you for bearing with us. We are looking at doing a tier list of all the contestants. And with that being said,
24 of them, too.
there's 24. This is the biggest season they've ever shot.
This is an Australian
That's a
Survivor season
lot.
cast, yeah.
Like these are the best of the best.
The best.
Is the
Oh.
Australian season known for having like big guests?
They're long. Like,
yeah.
So for traditionally, North American Survivor is 39 days and roughly 16 to 20 people. And then Australian Survivor can be anywhere from like 24 to 28 people in like 50 days. They go long.
Pretty much. So we need to look at this little cast of ours. First up, I know it's hard for you to see it from my computer.
Just say names.
Names. Okay, so let's go from start to finish. First, we got Miss Jenna Lewis from Survivor Borneo. Where would you rank her? S to F. And I'm not saying for their previous seasons. I'm saying what do you
50.
think this season right now?
Okay.
Or do we have a tier of people that have been eliminated?
No, we can rank them because, like, Jenna Lewis, it's unfortunate. Like, she is one of the most interesting people to play on the season in my mind because she was so. She's only played on season 1 and 8. She's never played on a season with advantages or hidden immunity idols, and so I was really excited to see Jenna play. It's unfortunate that she obviously got eliminated first, but I do like her. I think her strategy of going for Sari was ballsy, and she just couldn't get the people behind her. I don't think she was as connected as anyone else, which is unfortunate. I'll give it a C just because she intrigued me so much, but the gameplay itself was not there. But
Okay.
I'm going to be lenient about it.
For those listening in, we are doing a tier list ranker of Survivor 50 contestants, starting with season 1, going through all the way through 49.
On
yeah,
this season.
on
from
this
50.
season. So not
Not
all
in general.
contestants ever,
Not in
just the
general.
24. And so Riley puts Jenna Lewis, our original Survivor contestant, at number 50. Sorry, at C, a C tier.
For
And
season.
honestly, she played her hand a little too hard. I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I think a C is pretty fair. Let's look at Colby Donaldson.
Colby. He's really connected right now in 50. I'm kind of impressed with his ability to change his game up. The last time he played was on season 20, So it's been quite a while for Colby, but I think he's adapted his game really well. He's really connected. People like him. I think he's really in a good spot right now. No vote, but again, he's connected, so that helps soften things. Overall, I mean, I'd say he's a B right now, probably bordering on an A, but I'll let you break that tie for me.
I
Will.
think he's got. I would also probably say a B. He's got a pretty good social game, as is right now, where he is landing. I really do think that as much as I don't like certain contestants in this alliance, him, Joe, and Coach, I think that alliance could really work for him. He's well placed on his tribe. I definitely see Kobe making merge.
And
I think B right now is a really good place for him.
Yeah, and if he links up with Steph too at the merge, that'd be huge.
He's been, if you just compare this game to All Stars, he's actually doing a much better job than All Stars, and he made 5th place on that.
Heroes versus Villains was 5th.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Heroes versus Villains, not All Stars. He just had 2 good people on All Stars.
He was
all I'm
way
gonna
more
say.
active in 50 than Heroes versus Villains. Heroes versus Villains, he just watched it all happen basically.
Pretty much. So, next contestant, we have, what is her name? She's the Republican one.
Oh, Stephanie. Stephanie.
Stephanie LaGrossa.
She's the Republican one. Yeah, Stephanie. Not a big fan of her politics personally, but I'll keep it to the game here. Season 50, she is in a tight spot right now. New Vatu was not a favorable draw for her. She lost
Not at
Q.
all. Not at all.
It's not a good draw for her, but she's living, and she seems to kind of be the one in between the major parties right now. It's like Christian, Emily, Ozzy, Angelina is now on the outs. So I think Stephanie could link up with Angelina and Ozzy and maybe do something against Christian and Emily. And again, I can see her going way further if she gets to the merge, where she can link back up with Colby. Colby can
All I
connect
gotta
her
say
in.
is that Ozzy seems really mad right now.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely pissed with how the Mike White vote went out.
Yep.
But Stephanie knew about it. So I wonder how that's going to shake up their friendship, if she'll be able to pull him back in. Because Ozzy is that kind of type where, like, you lie to him once, and he's going to hold that grudge against you the rest of the game.
I think the thing with Stephanie is that she was not orchestrating it.
That is true.
Ozzy will probably see Stephanie as doing what she had to do because Stephanie was on the outs, not connected.
That is true. Okay, so what did you think for Stephanie?
I'll put her in C right now. Just because short term, she
Okay.
might be on the chopping block.
Above or below Jenna?
I'll put her above Jenna.
Okay, I agree. At least she made it past the first episode. Next, we have the couch potato that got off the couch, Suri Fields.
I mean, she's in a good spot. Her team, her tribe was losing. Original Sela was losing, but she made it through those first 2 votes. She's connected with Ozzy. Ozzy gave her an extra vote. And now New Sela is thriving. Like, she's winning over there. She hasn't gone to tribal since episode 2. She's in a good spot. Obviously, huge target. Absolutely massive target. Probably the biggest of the whole season. But she's managed to connect well with Ozzy, connect well with Devins. And I think because those webs are getting bigger, I think she's actually positioned quite well. And I think other people will want her around as a shield.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Okay, so here's the thing with Suri is that she is playing a great game right now. She has minimized her threat. She had a huge target on her from the very get-go, and she's minimized it, and that's impressive. So I got to give it to her. And also for the fact that she came in and, like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to, I'm thinking out loud as I'm talking.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that she came in a huge threat, and she's mitigated that threat while people still want to work with her, and they think that they can use her as a shield, when that's not at all how that's going to go.
Yeah.
So I don't think I can rate it an S just yet, but we have not gone into her, like, good gameplay. And people say Suri is good, but she can't win any challenges. She sucks at challenges. But that's not the case. So, well, I mean, it is, but this season, I really got to give it to her. She's not been playing bad in challenges at all.
No.
And for that reason, maybe not her very strongest gameplay so far, but definitely A tier.
I think she's an A. I think she does have longevity in the game because of the shield angle to it. However, she's going to get clipped later. Like, Final 7-ish, I think she's getting clipped. And so she's playing well, but I think she has a hard ceiling. And so I think A is the right place to put her because of that. It's unfortunate. We love her, but she's just too big. Everyone knows her. It's rough. And then next, I think, is Ozzy, right?
We have Ozzy next. Yep. Okay, so Ozzy, he has been playing a really good game, but here's the thing. Lost a coach, and he's making an enemy with coach again. He's bringing back that South Pacific beef between them again, which I don't think fares well for him. And also, because they know that Ozzy is a player that wants to do what Ozzy wants to do, they're having to mitigate around Ozzy, and they left him out of the vote. He was not in the consensus for the last vote.
It's really bad. Yeah, he started
and he had
really
no
strong.
play in the Q vote either.
Yeah, it's really rocky for him right now. But I will say, I don't think he's super duper low, just because I think there's a way out of this.
I think he's a D tier right now, but that's not saying that he can't improve.
That's true. He's a D right now. He really needs to invest in his relationship with Emily to have any chance, in my mind. Mm-hmm. If he can invest in Emily and have her get him, move him along, and then he gets back with Sari and Devins and a couple others, I think that could be big.
Yep. Pretty much. So beyond that, that pretty much covers us for the most of Survivor in the early stages. And when we go to our next break, we'll continue on. But for now, we're going to go right back to Fourth Wall Break. And if you are listening into Fourth Wall Break, we are back. Okay, y'all. We really appreciate y'all working with us on this episode and bearing with us. We are trying some new stuff. And you know what? Sometimes being a pioneer is pretty sweet. But also, when you're a pioneer, you are searching through the forest on your own. So
That's true.
Sure.
Sometimes to be a pioneer, you have to be a survivor.
you have to be a survivor.
You have to be survivor.
Clock it.
Clock it. And that's exactly why this is our survivor episode, because we're just out here surviving, y'all.
We're out here surviving.
Just out here surviving. Man, not much you can do. But I will say, I have a question for you guys, since we're coming back from, our little music break.
That's right.
During the music break on YouTube, you guys were ranking the Survivor cast for this season. Am I correct?
Yes.
That is true.
Okay, so I have a couple questions about that tier. Well, before I even ask those questions, would you guys like to give our audience a brief little overview of what your tier was?
Yes, I'll go real fast. So, bunch of contestants for this season. So many to count, but we are looking at the old era right now. So that is right now looking from S to F. We have Sari Fields in A tier, Colby Donaldson in B tier, then followed by Stephanie LaGrossa in C, and Jenna Lewis right behind her. And then in D tier, we have Ozzy. I don't remember his last name.
Luss.
And we will continue with Coach when we go back to break.
Okay.
And that's going to be an interesting one. I can only say that.
Okay, so the question that I had for you guys is, so far we only have had, 4 episodes or 5 episodes of Survivor?
4 episodes, 5 episodes tonight.
5 episodes tonight. Ooh, y'all should go watch that after this.
That's crazy.
If you're listening,
Maybe
I
we're
don't
just
know.
prepping you for the next episode. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe. That would be, I don't know, maybe really good timing or whatever if you just went and tuned into Survivor after this. But I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know. But my question is, based off of these first 4 episodes that we've had, the people who are in your tier list right now, who are we seeing making it to the end? Who are we seeing going to the final 6?
Lightning round, Riley, you got this.
Honestly, of the group, none of them. I think
Well, one of them's already been
all-
eliminated.
Yeah, one of them's eliminated. Jen has been eliminated. And then the other ones I see as being strong right now, but there's a big weakness, I think. They'll peter out. Sari and Ozzy specifically are just so legendary in Survivor history. People are not going to take them to the very end.
Yeah.
And so I think we have a lot of great players right now who are just going to get clipped because of some kind of trickery. Someone wants to make a move. And so none of them I see going super far. Only one I can maybe see is Colby if he hunkers down with his alliance specifically and just they all agree to go to the end together. Otherwise, everyone that's left here is either already kind of on the outskirts with everybody, or they're too big of a target to keep around for that long.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So we're like really looking retrospectively into these contestants, and we've talked about the fact that we're 4 episodes in. There's been a couple people that have gone home.
Yeah.
So far, that has been 5 people, 4 eliminations, 1 medical evacuation.
Yeah, he
So-
tore his Achilles.
Oof. Which is so
Rip in peace, Kyle.
bad.
Rest in
terrible.
peace.
So bad.
Rest in peace. So
Didn't
that
die. He's healthy
Yeah,
now.
He is
he's
healthy
completely
and
fine.
alive, y'all. His
he's going through
Achilles
physical
is-
therapy, but they made the right call taking him out of the game.
Yeah.
He did not want to leave.
He didn't.
He-
but
he's
an
a
Achilles,
lawyer,
an Achilles
and he
is
was trying to fight
serious.
for it for legality, and they
Yeah.
were like, "Dude,
You
this is
gotta
your
go.
life. It's not worth it."
Mm-mm.
No.
He already won the game
Yeah.
a previous season, so
Didn't he win the game like a couple seasons ago?
48.
48,
so
yeah.
recently.
Very recently.
So with that being said, that takes us a little bit into what I want to look on breaking down the many eras of Survivor. In your opinion, your expert opinion, Riley, what is the best era of Survivor?
You know, it's a basic answer, but it's the correct one in my opinion. I think I've heard it referred to as the golden age. It's around season 9 to 20, I guess. I mean, you can probably break it up more, but 9 to 20 is a lot of really solid quality seasons. The real memorable moments started happening. Seasons 1 through 8 laid the groundwork, and now people are really innovating and using things to their full potential. The immunity idol is added, which adds a level of complexity to the game where people could save themselves. And so that leads to a lot of fun moments. I just think it's the most consistent run of seasons.
Yeah.
It's just consistent quality for the most part.
Yeah.
Not a ton of duds. Very, very solid.
What would you say is the most, like, I don't know, maybe no, not even iconic. What would you say is the most interestingly controversial moment from the golden era of Survivor?
Controversial.
So do you want to just say
Controversial.
all of Cook Island, or like?
Oh,
If you don't
Yeah.
know, Cook Island was an experimental season. They lost a lot of sponsors for this season.
oh,
It was for like 2006. This was like the most racially diverse cast ever seen for television, for reality TV. They decided to do a 20-person cast, which at that time they only did 16. But they did a 20-person cast, dividing contestants by their race.
into their different tribes.
Yes.
That's
so you
crazy.
had a black tribe, a white tribe, an Asian Pacific Islander tribe, and a Hispanics tribe,
Wow.
Latinx tribe.
Mm-hmm.
And so 4 different tribes, 5 people, and it was really interesting to see both those dynamics come into play, but also when they merged.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And it was really odd because it was so controversial, but they abandoned it after 2 episodes.
Pretty much.
Oh,
So it's the premiere, the second episode is those starting tribes, and then they mix them up and distribute them again into 2 tribes. So they don't even keep it for that long, and really the rest of the season does kind of become about the 2 tribes that
Yeah.
had been formed after. Some of the relations from the 4 do remain, but it really becomes those 2 tribes clashing even into the merge.
so they basically were like, let's be very controversial for our premiere and our second episode, and then actually,
so okay, in the
let's
least controversial way I can say this, and it's just funny the way this ends out, is that the white tribe pretty much lasts majority of the game.
The white tribe
Oh.
stays
They
together.
stay
That's the
together
big
and they will
thing.
not break. And it's purely it is because the social dynamics they already have with each other, and it's not that they don't want to work with other people, because they do try.
Yeah.
They absolutely do try. It's just that there is a divide in the tribe and it wasn't like the most natural way, because it wasn't just all the white people, but then there's this other tribe or of a group of people, and it's a black woman, two Asian American, Asian female, and an Asian male, and then Ozzy, who is on Survivor 50.
Yes,
and
we've heard a lot
that was
about Ozzy.
called the I-24, and the I-24 dominated the game.
Really?
They ran circles.
It
around
was
everyone
with
else.
the help of a defecting member of the White Alliance
Yeah,
named
he was
Penner,
trying to play
Jonathan
both
Penner.
sides. It was not. It was not
Really?
smart.
He was playing both sides, and so with the help of Jonathan Penner, the I-24 do manage to take down this, for lack of a better word, white coalition.
It just
They take over
happens
the
that way.
white
It's not-
winners.
Yeah.
It just looks that way. I swear to you, if you watch this season, it's not like it's not a racist thing
It's
or a
not.
race thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way it presents itself.
Yeah.
Weirdly, nobody makes it about race except
No
the
one.
show.
Exactly.
Okay,
Well,
then.
not
It's-
later, but
It's
just
the
at the
show.
beginning.
Yeah.
It's not the contestants.
So the
at all.
contestants are just like, yeah, we're here. Who cares if we're all this one race? And the show's just like, look what we did, y'all.
Well, think
Yeah.
about it from their perspective. You know, at that time, they didn't see a lot of colored representation on
Yeah.
TV past maybe your obligatory one person of color for each
Your
gender.
token.
Your token Asian, your token Black, your token
Mhm.
Hispanic. This was a season where they were like a fourth of the cast.
Yeah.
And that was unheard of for 2005.
No, it's very cool. It's very innovative, and it's very like, honestly, I respect the fact that they did that, even considering the fact that they lost a lot of sponsors, like you guys said. It's very interesting
And
to me.
This was an era where Survivor really hung its hat on being a social experiment about marooning people and making them restart to society. They've
True.
moved away from that in
Yeah.
recent years, but at the time they were really leaning into the social experiment part of it, and they were like, let's see what all the different races will do.
Yeah.
And then once the racial tribes dissolve, it kind of just becomes normal Survivor again. Race doesn't play a huge factor into like anything people do
Past,
or
like, the
how the show
beginning.
is edited
Right.
past the beginning, like you said.
Right. So I want to bring us a little bit. We've talked about Cook Island. Let's bring it back to Survivor 50. We have Ozzy, who is still in the game right now. He played on Cook Islands. That's my little segue.
Right.
But Survivor 50, a lot has happened. Currently, we have 5 people out of the game. One was a medvac. That was Kyle. Happened in episode 1 on the first immunity challenge. Poor guy. What else? So our first eliminated contestant was Jenna Lewis from the first season. Her whole thing, she was trying to take out one of the best players that has never won the game. Her name is Sari Fields. She took a shot, she missed, and she played her hand too hard. She's out. Okay, that brings us. Kyle got medevaced. Then we go to episode 2. That was, I believe, that was Savannah.
It was.
Yeah,
Ironically,
she was
the
the-
newest person on the
Oh.
cast.
They brought 2 people from Survivor 49.
And there was like
uh,
a 2-week difference
there was
in
a
between the
2-week
filming.
filming difference between Survivor 49 and Survivor 50. So the other contestants did not know much about the 2 contestants. It was Savannah and Rizzo, but they knew one of them was a winner, and they very quickly figured out that was Savannah. So Savannah was the winner, and then she got eliminated because she also did not play her social strategy that well, in my opinion.
There's other circumstances to it as well. The fact that they didn't know her previous game means that people were really untrusting of her because she was less of a known quantity.
Yeah.
And so
Exactly.
I think that led to her being ostracized.
Right. And then after Savannah, we had a vote for Q. Q is one of my. I was so sad to see him go. He's one of my favorites. He is chaos incarnate. Q. Everyone has to run around Q's game. Q is. I mean, he was an NFL quarterback. That is very.
Yeah.
Or
But
maybe
wouldn't
it
that
was
just-
quarterback.
She was college.
College?
Wouldn't
Okay.
that just put a big target on your back, though?
It does. He's like bull in a china shop.
100%.
He
Yeah.
goes for it every time, and it's really fun to watch. He is content,
But it's not fun to be on the same team as that.
probably.
In his prior season, he deduced his strategy on how he wanted to take out people based on how they played hide and seek with him back at camp.
Oh.
That's how Q plays the game.
Okay, then sure,
Yeah.
that's fun. That's
So
normal.
they took out the Chaos and Q, and then recently they just took out Mike White. Mike White is a really great guy when it comes to manipulating people socially. He has a great social feel, and he's a great storyteller. I mean, he literally is the writer and producer of White Lotus.
Well, yes.
So when
Which we love White Lotus.
when
We
his
do.
rival,
We love it.
who they were working together this season, when he saw the opportunity and saw that Mike was looking at manipulating him and using past game like trauma baggage with it, it just did not go over
It
for
was
Mike White.
not. It was.
And
He was
there's been
not.
some beef behind the scenes with
Ooh, what kind of beat? What tea do you have? What tea do you have?
that. Ooh, it's good tea. And actually, we'll get a little into that tea when we come back from our next song break. See you there. I just messed up. Okay. And we are still back here. Sorry. I was making things work for others. But now we are back to our little tier list of our Survivor contestants. Coming back to Coach. Coach Wade.
Benjamin Wade.
He's iconic from what I've seen in the one episode of Survivor that I watched.
A legend.
A
A
legend.
dragon slayer. Told only about in ancient folk texts.
Yes.
Very real. Very real.
I
Very
love
real.
him so much.
He's just how do you describe it? He's a character. He's the Dragon Slayer. He plays with honor, but
Not really.
honor is very subjective when it comes to him.
Mm-hmm.
Honor is like you're nice to him, but he can do whatever he wants.
Exactly.
It's a very hypocritical version of honor, and it makes him so fun to root against and so fun to watch because he is so over the top dramatic, but also egotistical, but also is an idiot. So,
Yeah.
Did
So-
someone say Dragon Slayer?
Coach, yay, that's you.
What?
Okay.
Who's
so,
that?
Riley, in your opinion, where should we rank Coach at? For me, yes, he's a little ballsy, but honestly, he's been playing a good game so far. He's made some good allies. I think this is either B tier, right under Colby, or right over Colby.
Really? See, for this season specifically, I think it might be an A. I'm okay with B tier above Colby though.
Okay.
Where
okay.
like he really is connected. He's the only. He really did bring Chrissy into his group with Joe and Colby. He has Joe and Colby with him as like a
does.
good crew, along with Chrissy. Even pre-game, a lot of people said they wanted to work with Coach. Like Camilla wanted to work with Coach. Genevieve said that she wanted to work with Coach. So he has a lot of people on other tribes that he hasn't even met yet willing to work with him later. And so, you know, obviously he's beefing with Ozzy. But I think Coach, people know who he is. He's easy to play with. And so I think he has a chance of going really far and then surging at the end. I mean, he almost won South Pacific if he like owned up to what he did. And I think if he might learn from that mistake, he might be able to, if he makes it to the end, be able to say, you know what, I was doing that. I was being mean, but that was part of the game. And if he can do that, he actually might have a chance. So he's connected. He's got a lot of people wanting to connect to him. So I definitely think B tier above Colby, if not A.
Yeah, I agree. I think Colby. I'm gonna put him above. I agree with your Coach take. I'm gonna agree over Colby.
As a newcomer, I have to say I also agree. I think I don't have like there's a large range of cast energy that I am just being introduced to.
Yeah.
But based on what Riley said, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
There's a lot of energy in that pick, I think.
There's a lot of energy just because I love Coach
Okay,
so
so
much.
this
I just
Love you,
want-
Coach.
I'm manifesting him going long. You
This
know?
next
Ha!
one is
Manifest.
a
Get it.
choice, and I'm excited because granted, I never saw Aubrey's original seasons. Okay, Ko Wrong just never looked interesting to me, and
Did you see her on Game Changers?
No, because I was really petty when they voted out Sandra, and I decided not to watch
What
it.
What about Age of Extinction? She was on that too.
I never saw that one.
Okay.
I love the
So
fact that Survivor has all these names for their seasons.
Dude, heroes versus healers versus hustlers.
Like
David versus
Terrible
Goliath.
name.
Triple H though.
Triple
Triple H.
And we like Triple H. It's a good season, but
Okay,
just
so
bad name.
Aubrey, her beef with Genevieve, who is one of my personal favorites for the season, who I really want to win. She's my winner pick. Her beef with her from day one just messed me up, and I was so mad. And I'm like, I want this girl to lose. But she has an idol now. There's a twist in this game this season. They're doing something called the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol. Say that with a straight face, Will. You can do this. And what it is that someone who finds the hidden immunity idol can, they have to send the idol to someone of a opposite tribe. If that person on the opposite tribe gets eliminated, they get the idol back to them in ownership. So they know who has the idol, and if they get eliminated, they get the idol back. Nice. So either you get an ally, or you have the next person you can get out and get your idol back, and no one thinks about it. So she got the boomerang idol from, believe it was Rick Devens.
Yes, or Christian.
Christian. Personally, for me, I can't rank her lower. If I could, I'd rank her an F. But I just don't like her. But
hear me out.
That's the lowest.
But I can't rank her lower than D.
Darn.
I can't. I would probably put her in C.
This is an F
so
game to me right now.
an F game?
I'll justify your hatred. It's an F game to me right now because as much as I love Aubrey, she in episode 3, I believe, admits that one of the big weaknesses of her game is that she's bad at creating relationships early on. And that's fair. That is a weakness of her game, and it's good she knows this. However, we're on episode 4. Out there for them, it's like day 11, day 12 almost. They're nearly halfway through their stint out there, and she's still not connected to anybody. Maybe Tiffany vaguely, but Tiffany isn't exactly, we're not shown for her to be connected to anyone either. And so right now, Aubrey is still succumbing to her weakness. The biggest strength of her game is that once she builds those relationships, she's really good at keeping them, having them work together, organizing strategy, but she hasn't made those connections yet, and we're on day 12 of 26.
That's true.
That's egregious.
Okay.
And so I think this is kind of an F game because she knows her weakness, and it's kind of unfortunate, but she hasn't been making up for it.
She needs to lock in.
She's on an island. She's a pariah on a individual island. She's a pariah. It's just bad.
It's just not her strongest game. And now we are coming. And now we are back on Wolf Radio. Okay.
Hey, Wolf Radio.
Hi, guys. We just went back to ranking the contestants. So far, we got 2 contestants down, Coach and Aubrey. We had a lot of opinions on that.
2 very important contestants.
Coach,
Big
we put in
names.
B. Aubrey, we put in F.
Made a whole new
If you
tier.
disagree, you just have bad takes.
Do you know what I think is a nice hot take?
Give me your hot take.
Music feels better when it's free.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you know what you can do? You can come enjoy live music, food, games, and more on Thursday, April 9th from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Campus Center Ballroom. You do not want to miss out on the biggest concert of the year, which means, and for those of you who live on campus, you already know, this is Wolf Radio presenting Wolfstock 2026. Yeah. So be there, be square.
And
April
don't be
9th.
a square. Come to Wolfstock.
Yeah, be
Yeah, don't be
square, but
square.
don't be a square.
Exactly.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Be a rectangle.
Wolfstock
You're a square. But you're not a
2026.
square.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've talked a little bit about Survivor 50. We've talked a little bit about some of the contestants going into it. There's some beef behind the scenes, and I do want to get into a little bit of that, but we'll save that a little bit for later.
Beef.
I want to ask y'all, okay, and this is a big question because, how one deducts how they would play the game is so subjective when you haven't been on the island. That's what they say. It's so much harder when there's only 26 days. Okay, whatever. Roll your eyes.
Oh,
But,
somebody has
he's
opinions.
coming for the.
I mean, they
to
are
teach
starving,
them and educate
but
them. Oh,
they give them no food.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not fun. They're not enjoying luxuries.
I have to hunt and gather, sisters. We have to hunt and
Yes.
gather.
Yes. But I want to ask you, how would y'all play the game of Survivor? What is your game-winning strategy? And I want to open the floor first to Janelle Yade. Which one you want to take it?
If I may.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know I've mentioned it earlier, but I am the type of person where I'm an ambivert, and I feel like that will give me the edge that I need. I feel like I will be social enough for the people around me, for my cohorts, for my companions in this venture, but not so much that I overpopularize myself. I will be like in the background, like a chameleon. Like the audience will not know. The audience will not know of my role within the community. However, my teammates, my contestants, my people that I am competing with, they will know me as someone that's reliable. And I will never form too strong of an attachment. I'll never form too strong of a bond, but I'll be right there. I'll be right dead center in the middle. I will win enough to where I will not be perceived too heavily, but I will still have a big enough personality to where I will survive. I'm a survivor.
See, I see that. I see that. Copyright. I see Yade's game, and I raise Yade's game to my own, in which I would do that 10 times better. No shade, no tea.
Oh.
No shade, no tea.
Okay, but like you say you're going to do it 10 times better, but how are you going to do it 10 times
Let
better?
me tell you how I'm going to do this 10 times better.
Okay,
Because I know for a fact that if I was on Survivor, mind you, I'm the one who knows the least about Survivor in this room. Is this correct? Okay,
No.
the heads are nodding. The heads are nodding. The heads are nodding.
Hey, you watched the first episode with us.
Yeah, I know less.
Okay.
You're ranking third place right now. If there's a placing.
And here's the thing. When you're at third place, it's easier to get to first. And that's why I'm about to win this game. Let me tell you.
I mean, she did make it to final tribal. If this
Wait.
is the situation,
I
Wait.
did make it to final tribal.
she does get to plead her case
And
to the jury.
we know for a fact that I am very good at convincing juries that I should win. Am I not? Right. Because I play a social game. I'm connecting with the people. And that's why I said I'm taking Yade's game to another level. Yade is like, I'm going to connect to the people, but the audience are not going to know I'm going to connect. Me, the audience will know I'm connecting because I'm also connecting to the audience without them knowing. I'm deep in the back of your head. It's subliminal. Don't roll your eyes. Don't roll your eyes, Yade.
No, I'm not.
Here. It is
May I
here.
say,
What do you
you may
say?
be coming in 1st,
Mhm.
but I'm coming in 4th because you're listening to Fourth Wall Break. And that's what counts. Okay.
Okay.
But here's the
Okay.
thing. If I come in first, then you'll know a fourth wall break because I'm the host of Fourth Wall Break in my first place.
Not this episode.
Miss
Wayne.
And not
is
this episode.
in
you
general,
say.
in general, in general.
Okay.
So
Right
So
now.
actually,
I don't know.
if you want to hear a host's opinion, you got to hear it from me.
Okay.
So he's the hostess. Okay, my apologies.
So here's how we do it. Okay, Survivor is a game of social chess, social deduction. How can you play the game to outwit, outplay, outlast? Game-winning strategy is really don't make yourself apparent until really merge. Because the thing is that you want to play your weight in camp. You want to be respected. You don't want to be too flashy with the things that you're saying or things that you're doing. Yes, you want to make alliances with pretty much everyone on your tribe, like from the get-go. Have that from the start so that you are ready. You can move yourself around. But find yourself at day one. My strategy, call it, I want myself, if I can't be JT, I want to be Stephen Fishback, okay?
You want to lose?
Shut up.
Oh, that was all shade, Auntie. That was all
This
shade.
is
No-
a
no
strategy
tea, no
from-
shade, no
this
pink
is a strategy
lemonade.
from Survivor Token Sheens, where Stephen Fishback was a good strategist, and he played with JT, and JT was the muscle, he was the brains. But Fishback could not earn the respect of the jury people because he did not play a good social game on top of his strategic game. And that's what I want to do instead. I want to play a good social game where people like me and I'm making good with others. But at the same time, I want someone else to be my complete shield and have to take the brunt force for me. When people are looking at who is the bad guy, they're not looking at me. They're looking at someone else, and they liked and they respected the game that I played. That's my strategy. Let's hear it from Riley.
You need a social shield. Your shield cannot be physically dominant in the game. Otherwise, late game, you run the risk of them winning a bunch of immunity challenges and sitting next to you at the end. And suddenly, the person you wanted to take all the attention from you is taking all the attention from you.
It happens just every season.
It happens a lot. And so you need to find someone who you know won't physically win challenges, but is extremely threatening in other areas of the game. Whether it's as a strategist, as a social player, whatever it is, you need someone who can really be your shield, but not win physical challenges. And then you just need to be that number 2. You need to be the brain with them. You need to be a duo. And then you cut them at 5. That way, at Final 4, you're all alone. You can pull a cool move if you like. But you just need to cut them early. Like, you need to cut them late, but not too late. And you got to be early, but not too early. And so cutting them in at the Final 6, Final 5 is kind of that sweet spot of you guys work together. And it's a huge play to make, and so it's going to look nice for you, but you are cutting them early enough to not risk them being there with you at the end.
Yeah.
That's a really good
Excellent.
read.
That's actually a really good read.
Good read. Speaking of reads,
Who like to read in this house? I like to read. And you know who else will like to read? Your children. Because Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to help reduce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills. We are collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive. That's thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive.
okay.
Read you down for Phil.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Okay, so I think this brings us to our little file segment, which is all about us giving our hot takes. And I think we've been serving up some pretty good opinions on this episode so far. So with it, a little unscripted, a little thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say in our next segment. And we're back. Okay, Riley, I want to hear your take. Honor and integrity, does that win Survivor?
Not anymore. It used to. It was a big thing in those early seasons to stay loyal, be together, and be friends. And now it's really not about that. People are a lot more willing to put their feelings aside if you don't know, when we say the jury on Survivor, it's a group of voted out contestants who all vote for the winner. And so a lot of jurors in the past held their feelings about each other and used that in the vote. If they were mad at someone, they wouldn't vote for you to win $1 million. But nowadays, people are more willing to set their feelings aside, especially on these kind of returning player seasons like 50 is. People are more willing to set their feelings aside and vote for the person who they're like, if I watch that, I would say that's the best one.
Yeah.
And so I think the game has gotten weirdly, it's gotten impersonal in that way, but it's still a social game and whatnot. But it used to win Survivor, but not much anymore.
So what you're saying is basically it's a social game, but no hard feelings.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And a lot of the time, like, people, as long as you're not like an evil person, if you're not a jerk to anybody, you can get by with a good enough social game. Now, obviously, making friends is still the best way to increase your odds of winning. But you don't have to be the best at it like you used to.
You can be an antagonist for the show, like an antagonist in the edit. You can't be intentionally antagonistic towards other people, or it will rub people the wrong way. You gotta think about it like this. These people are not eating. They are barely sleeping. They are, like, mentally, they're losing it. They're away from their loved ones. Emotions and tensions are so high.
Yeah.
So
Which makes sense.
if you tick off someone when they're already having, like, a really terrible day, what do you think's gonna happen?
You're going to get voted off.
Absolutely. So it's like you have to find that perfect, that perfect balance of what it is that you, of how to play the game, essentially,
Yes. Ooh.
socially.
Part of it to me is that honor doesn't win Survivor anymore, but kindness and personability still does.
Yes.
That's a really good way to put it.
That is a really good way to put it.
Okay. Hot take. I would rather see a bitter jury than a non-bitter jury. I'm sorry.
Dishonorably discharged.
I
Get
want
out.
to see
Dishonorably?
the people bitter because the fact that I want interesting tribal councils. Last season, in 49, Savannah won the game, but there was a contestant that did not like her. And everyone was complimenting how well she did in the game, how she was a huge threat, that she was the underdog that everyone wanted to take out, but they could never take a shot because she just kept winning individual immunity. She was a challenge beast for only being 5'2". So like,
5'2".
That's impressive.
she's also from Atlanta, Georgia. So shout out to Georgia.
Shout out
Atlanta.
Shout out
Shout out
Atlanta. Shout out
So
ATL.
anyway, love a
I'm so
Georgia winner.
ATL.
But anyway, one of the contestants was really mad at her for the social game, and she was like, "Yeah, you may have played a great game, but like you do not give a crap about anyone else here. Like, do you even know our loved ones? Did you even talk to us? Do you even know who we are outside the game?"
Oh, I saw
Oh.
that clip.
Yeah.
So like, okay. That being said, name someone significant in each one of our lives. Our spouses, our kids, anyone. Can you do that? Did you actually give like a care about anyone else other than yourself to get yourself here? And she had a very hard time with it. And you know what? Some people online did not like that approach because they're like, that's so aggressive. That's so mean. Like, why would you do that to someone when they're like thinking they could lose a whole $1 million is down to whether or not people like them. This is still somewhat a popularity contest. This is the popularity question in basis. But I loved it. I ate that up because that's saying, but did you actually think about the social game at all? And that's a huge factor of the game. What do y'all think? Bitter jury, interesting, or bitter jury, we can leave that in the past?
I think a bitter jury is a lot more interesting in the concept of you have situations like that where this bitterness creates kind of like an expository narrative on the rest of the season as a whole, because you analyze the behavior that you've seen and it sort of makes you think as an audience member, wow, is this really the person that I want to be winning this challenge, this whole game?
Yeah.
This is a good point. I feel like it's one of those situations where it truthfully depends on who's on our jury and how has this cast been for this season of Survivor. Because for some seasons, give me a bitter jury. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have fun. It's going to be interesting. They're going to be very petty through it. But there's some seasons where I'm like, actually, can you not be bitter? Because this person deserves to win. This person definitely deserves to win.
I want to parrot that to an extent. I think a bitter jury and a more objective jury both elevate different parts of the show. If you're looking for drama and entertainment, a bitter jury is the thing that's more intriguing in that regard. However, if you like watching the show for gameplay, a more objective jury is a lot better simply because the finalists can make their case. It feels more open and it allows the finalists to show who they really are. And it's just kind of what you prioritize in the show, like what you like watching. Some people like the drama, and so a bitter jury works for drama. Yeah. But if you want to watch the game, a more objective, thoughtful jury is better to showcase the finalists' game. So.
I will say, though, all of this question of bitter jury, unbitter jury has me wondering, and it's just a real quick question. It's a little hot take question.
Yeah.
Who do you think in this room would survive Survivor? Like, genuinely.
Like, you think would win the game, or like...
It's a double question.
Make it all the way to the end without
who's going to make it all the way to the end? Who's going to win the game?
Riley.
If any of us could win the game.
You can't see it right now, but Jamia was like pointing all the way to herself.
Okay,
Hey,
well,
wrong
Jamia's not
answer.
in the room.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer.
Wrong. Jamia is not in here. If Jamia was in here, I think Jamia could make it to
I think
top
Jamia.
five.
Jamia is not making it to merge. I'm sorry.
Out of the
Whoa. Talk about a hot
Oh,
take.
Y'all
that's
gonna
a
have
hot
conversation
take.
after this.
For
Jamia
real.
She finna beat
is
him
too
up.
bold.
Real bad.
I think she'd accidentally outplay her hand,
Ooh.
and that's not a dig.
You know what? I think Jamia is too cool to be constrained by the concepts of what you think she can do in this competition.
Right.
I think our girl is gonna win.
to mirror that, I think Riley is making it to the end.
Twin winners? Twinners. We have our twinners.
Riley is making it, y'all. Like, you don't know Riley's
Absolutely
making it. How are you
campers.
gonna say you're not?
I'm not. I have the same problem as Aubrey. I don't make social relations very quickly. I'm only good at individual stuff, not first impressions. And people would read me as a heavy gameplay or strategist very quickly.
Okay, I see that. I see that.
Yeah, they kind of clock their own tea there, huh?
I see that. Because of that, I raise you, Will. You're going to make it to the top something. I don't know if you're winning, though. And I think the only reason you
so,
might
like, are you talking,
win,
like, top 10 or where in the top 10?
I could see you making it, like, 5.
10.
Have I made jury? Have I made jury or... Because
Yes.
that would be somewhere around... You say that's about 11th place? 10th place?
That'd be 13th.
13th.
Okay, but... Okay,
12th,
let's say 10.
I could see you,
You
like,
went
in the
past
top 10. And I think the only reason that you might get out is because... you might rub one person the wrong way, and then you're out just because of that. And it's Yade.
It's Yade.
It's Yade.
It's me.
It's
I'll
like,
tell you, if I'm voted out, it's either because I definitely could not win that challenge and there was just nothing I could do, or the fact that I'm a very readable person
well, yes.
and
Absolutely.
I can lie sometimes and I'm really good at it, and other times I'm just not. And I think people would be able to figure out when I'm lying about something. Like if I had an idol, I think they'd figure out, and I think they'd use that against me.
Wait, hold on, because you just said that, and now I'm thinking, how many games have we played, guys? How many
many.
times?
Too
How many
many.
times have I?
Werewolf. No, here's the thing.
You suck
We
at
pla-
werewolf.
You're
You suck.
terrible.
Whenever you're the werewolf, you're found immediately.
I never got to be the werewolf.
Because you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But you know what you can do? Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, you got
No,
it.
no, sorry. I was just channeling my inner Will. I'm sorry. It just
Do it.
You're just such a personality, man.
Do it.
You have to do it. It's your time.
Mhm.
Let them know what they can do, Will.
You can listen to some more music we've got creating up for you. Thank you so much for tuning into Fourth Wall Break. It's been an amazing episode with y'all. And whatever.